on, people now, smile on your brother.
That's Pat
Everybody
Boone.
get together and love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, love one another right. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, love one another right now. Everything is beautiful in its own way, like a starry telephone girl or a snow-covered winter's day. Everybody's beautiful in their own way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. There is none so blind as he who will not see. We must not close our minds. We must let our thoughts run free. With every hour that passes by, you know the world gets a little bit older. It's time we realize that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Everything is beautiful in its own way, like a starry summer night or a snow-covered winter's day. Everybody's beautiful in their own way. Under God's heaven, the world's got to find a way. Let's do it again, fellas. Everything is beautiful. Hello, honey. What's your name?
Peggy.
In your own way. Like a starry summer night or a snow-covered winter's day. Yes, everybody's beautiful.
David.
In their own way. Under God's heaven, the world's gonna find a way. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together and love one another right now. Right now. We can still hear it back in New York.
Hey, White Shoes, how are you?
I'm all right, Fuzzy Top.
Fuzzy Top. Pat, you're beautiful, and I can't thank you enough for hosting in Los Angeles for us.
Jerry, you know, and we know each other well enough, that this is a pleasure, it's a privilege. The real story is over here in the chairs and on the phones. There'll be some entertainment and some divertisement and some good people, some good Hollywood folks to see, as you know. But the real story is going on right there in the chairs and right there on the phones. And I'm just glad to be here in the middle, sort of, I don't know, helping it stick together from this end.
Well, Pat, I'm sorry that our split isn't working, because I wanted to be able to look at you and you look at me, but I can see you when we cut to Los Angeles. Do you see me?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that was cute. You're going to get a scar right above your lip. But we really hear you loud and clear, and we'd love to get a shot of the kids, Pat.
Okay.
Particularly,
I'll move right over.
Yeah, Peggy there. Peggy and Anthony.
This is Jimmy here. Here's Peggy and Jimmy, and over here, what is your name, honey?
Loopy.
Loopy. Loop-de-loop.
Well, you know, Pat, Peggy and Jimmy were in our film that we did, The Bold Ones, that we just completed shooting. Hiya, Peggy, darling.
Just fine, thank you.
David Hartman is here, sweetheart. Can you see us?
No.
You can't.
Now I can.
Well, there's David, and there's me. There. You see him? That's your boyfriend, Peggy.
I can hear her heart thumping from here.
Peggy?
Yes?
How are you, hon? This is David.
I'm just fine, thank you.
That's good. You look super.
Thank you.
Hey, I'll see you when we get back.
Okay.
I'll be back tonight.
Good.
Have a good day, hon.
Thank you.
Here's Jerry.
You really look lovely, Peggy, and you're with lovely company because that Pat is a marvelous man.
I know it.
She reads her cue card very well.
No, take the compliment, Pat. You're doing a beautiful job. We appreciate it.
Do you know this fellow on my right? Do you know Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy was in our picture. Hello, Jim.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
That's good. Did you enjoy doing the film?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, we'll see you when we get back, Jimmy.
Okay.
We're going to bring a lot of money back with us.
Okay.
Okay.
He's waiting as patiently as only these young kids with all kinds of faith could do. Here's Loopy. Jerry, do you know Loopy?
Yeah, I know him. No.
Hiya, Loopy.
Hi, we made a commercial about 5-6 years ago.
Yes,
How old are you, Loopy?
14.
And you made a commercial with Jerry 5 or 6 years ago?
No, 5-6 years.
See, the two of you sort of grew up together.
Yeah. Long time ago.
She was much, much younger at the time. It's nice to see you again, Loopy, honey.
Nice to see you too, Jerry.
Thank you, darling. Pat, you can take it now.
Okay, Jerry. You know, I'm sort of proud of the way Hollywood, or California, I should say, Los Angeles, is responding. Can we get a shot while we talk of our current total? Not that this is, numbers are not so important, but
Hey, look at that.
up there on the board, we have $90,765 so far.
Hey, let's hear it. 90,000 there. Pat,
Yes.
did you see our tote board by chance?
No, I didn't. We don't see it out here, and I think maybe it's been good in a way, but we can't
Take
help
a
but be
look,
curious.
Pat. That says $3,036,874.
That's great. Jerry, I wish I knew just how many. You may know the actual figure. How many people in the country today are actually afflicted with muscular dystrophy?
Well, our last estimate was approximately 135,000 victims, Pat.
Well, then when you divide $3 million among 35,000, did you say?
Right.
The per capita portion gets to be pretty small still for a year's care, and all the research and the answers that still need to be found. So, although the number looks good, this is a country of almost 200 million people, and so there's still a big job to do. I'm delighted, though, that L.A. is responding as they are so far, because I'm sure that 90,000 up there, it doesn't represent many big contributions. Mostly it's little dollars and 50 cents and $2 and $10, and that adds up slowly. But there's a lot of heart and faith and love in that 90,000, and I see he's just changing it to about 92,565, and we've still got, we have about 4 hours to go.
Just about. Pat, I have to make a correction. I am always making that devastating mistake and always referring to the children. We mustn't forget that there are 250,000 adult muscular dystrophy victims as well. So
actually, that's over 300,000 victims that we know of.
That's correct. Almost 400,000.
Almost 400,000 victims. So $3 million sounds like a lot of money, but when you divide it up between over 400,000 or close to 400,000 victims of a disease for which there is no cure, and that is so expensive, I'm sure you've already given over the last few hours some idea of the way the treatment for this affliction eats up money. Boy, it just eats it up with the equipment and the care, the food and the buildings and the research. The research is so expensive. So we haven't really begun to scratch the surface. I'm a family man. Jerry, I hear, has a few. He and I are in different.
All the other kind. All the other kind, Pat.
You got all the other kind, I know.
Right.
We could make such a package arrangement. Well, anyway, that gang I've got at home, I naturally take a personal, deep interest in the welfare of children, all kinds of children, everywhere, as Jerry does. Bringing up our brood, my good wife Shirley and I have done everything we can think of to teach our young'uns the right habits, give them the best education, and to guard them from illness. And we've been lucky. We've been fortunate.
We all
but
are.
I know, and it hurts me just to think about it, how sick at heart, how helpless we'd feel if one of our girls, maybe more than one, were stricken with a disease for which there was no cure, no way to prevent it, no way to stop it from getting worse and worse day after day. Muscular dystrophy and related disorders of the neuromuscular unit are just that kind of disease. Creeping paralysis, they once called them, because they sneak up on little kids, wasting their young bodies slowly but relentlessly. Now, there's nothing parents can do to protect their offspring against the attack of these tragically crippling conditions and diseases. And as yet, there's no really effective treatment. We're hoping, we're praying, we're contributing on this worldwide research program sponsored by muscular dystrophy. Now, we can help it to succeed, and that's what this telethon's all about, with prayers. And after all, let's not forget that the number one avenue for changing things in this world is prayer, and our dollars, because our dollars represent our effort to try to be part of God's answer to these prayers of these parents and these kids. So please contribute all you can to this national telethon. Of course, I'm making a plea now to the Los Angeles area especially. I'm honored to serve out here for a while as your Los Angeles host. You call in your pledge right now so you can sit back and enjoy what's going to happen here, and make it a generous one, your pledge, that is. For these kids who are waiting so patiently, as they indicated to Jerry just a little while ago, waiting patiently. Loopy said it's been a long, long time to be delivered from the tyranny of a crippling disease. We got some good people. The total is, in Los Angeles, $92,559. There are only 1, 2, 3 phones busy that I can see. And look at those beautiful girls and Billy Barty up there protecting them. He's the bodyguard up there.
Pat?
Yeah.
Who have you got for us to meet in Los Angeles right now?
We've got one of the most talented, gifted men that the entertainment industry has yet come up with. He can do just about anything. His heart is as big as his feet. Mr. Steve Allen.
Let's hear it.
Nice to see you. You're doing a great job with it. Don't get very far away from it. I don't quite understand. Hi, Jerry, and everybody back there.
Hi, Steve. Did you hear all of the nice applause for you?
Believe it or not, I didn't. We're working with a Heath kid out here.
I see. All right, ladies and
And it's a
gentlemen.
little tough to hear. We're picking up Montana pretty good, though.
Let's
here.
let Steve Allen hear it.
Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you.
And Steve, you have my undying gratitude. I am so very appreciative of you being there, really.
Well, I'm very happy, Jerry. But I don't want to interrupt with a personal message, but we saved your secretary's life in the desert a couple of weeks ago. Did she tell you?
Yes, she did. Thank you.
She was out of gas, and we picked her up and gave her a ride. I wanted you and Pat to know that we've just had this authenticated. It's a personal note message addressed to you, Jerry, from Barbara and Art Carney. Says, sorry we can't be with you. Sincere congratulations on your wonderful work, and a pledge from the Art Carneys of $1,000.
Hey!
Okay? You know, I'm very proud, Jerry, to be a vice president of MDAA. Allen's the name, not Agnew, in case anybody came in the middle of that sentence. But really the reason that I'm more than honored to serve as an officer of the association is that it's tackled a very serious health problem. We know that. But it's tackled it with the kind of energy and determination and know-how that in the long run is going to lead to success, I'm quite sure. Take this national telethon now, which Jerry Lewis has helped organize for so many years. This is just one example of the activities of this fine organization. You can imagine the enormous amount of work that's going into organizing this special coast-to-coast network of television stations in order to tell more people about the fight against neuromuscular disease, in order, of course, to raise more money for that fight. And this thoroughness is typical of MDAA. Although it's a relatively young health agency, founded only 20 years ago, it's made very important strides toward the defeat of dystrophy and related crippling disorders. And the research program it sponsors is now worldwide in scope. It built and supports the Institute for Muscle Disease in New York City, a unique scientific facility devoted exclusively to the study of muscle sickness, muscles, in fact, in sickness and in health. And beyond this, MDAA provides free clinics and numerous other services to patients throughout the country. It's very important, as Jerry well knows, and Pat here, that these are patients who formerly had nowhere to turn for specific therapy. And this genuine and heartwarming accomplishment and wise spending of funds make me very proud to be associated with MDAA. So I hope you'll personally climb aboard by helping in your hometown, by phoning in your pledge to this telethon. It's an old line, but please let its meaning sink into you now. Give all you can. It's very much like the vote, you know, Pat. If you stay home and think somebody else is going to vote, that's not the way the American system works. And this telethon won't work unless you personally make your vote with the dollars that you have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. Listen. One great thing, I was just trying to think of the other performers in the business, and I thought of two or three. But Steve is one of those rare guys who has developed a reputation, because it's happened on camera over a number of years. Mm-hmm. You just don't say things you don't mean.
That's true. Yeah.
You just don't. And that's sometimes you see the funny side of something that other people taking too seriously, and that's one of the great things. But he wouldn't stand here and say this if he didn't mean it.
It's always awkward to talk about what one does in connection with any charity, because you sound like you're pitting medals on yourself, and God knows none of us want to do that. But once every Christmas season, I meet with a group of just about 100 people in a little room in Van Nuys. It's the Elks Lodge over there. A good friend of mine, Bill Edmondson, who has this particular disease and has been fortunate enough to live for a good many years with it. Bill invites me every year, and I accept, and we get together with a bunch of wonderful people in wheelchairs. We have a Christmas party for them, and that's just one of the kinds of activities that the MDAA supports all over the country. Though those activities don't get the important publicity, but they're very important at the local level.
Hey, I'm really glad you mentioned that, because, the emphasis on a telethon like this is the kind of clinical, medical, scientific thing to minister to the physical needs of people that have had muscular dystrophy, and certainly children. But there's also, what good does it do to try to cure somebody's body if inside, spiritually and emotionally, they're starving to death too? So I'm glad to know that. You have a regular big Christmas party?
Yes, it's the Elks over in the Van Nuys area here who are part of the organizers of it, and they cook up a real fine Christmas dinner. As a matter of fact, I go over there every year for Christmas dinner myself. I have two Christmas dinners, the one at home and that one.
You sneaky devil. This is another thing. Steve came over here and didn't even have time to shave. And I think that's great. Steve, if you don't have to run off, could you either be available to a phone, or, and this is really throwing you a curve.
Whatever you say.
We've got a group of guys behind you called Love Volume 8. Actually, there's only 4 chapters of Love Volume 8. There are 4 singers that go along with them, but the instrumental portion is here, and I just wondered if either now or in the very near next few minutes you could play something, just sitting down here at the organ or the piano.
Whatever
it just happens, I just happened to see a piano sitting here in front of me.
They told me, they said, will you be willing to play this piano? I said, what do you mean? I'll play any piano. They said, it's a Yamaha. I said, I don't care if it's a Honda. I'll play it.
Well, do you feel up to it now? Because if you play, the phones will work and the numbers will flash.
All right.
And folks, there's a chance to listen to Steve Allen, and he'll sort of underscore your charity. How about that? Steve Allen. Steve Allen. Yeah, I tell you what. I don't know. This thing seems to be. Where's it hooked up? Yeah, we'll move. The girls want to talk to you about something. Billy Barty wants to talk to you. And Steve, while you were playing, every phone was ringing.
Good.
But I said you were going to play anyway. Yeah. No, this is true. Every phone was ringing, and a lot of people want to talk to Steve. I thought I'd stand here for a minute, read a couple of pledges, or tell you about a couple of things. Let you see what is happening. Mm-hmm. Wait a second.
We have a little girl here who's in a wheelchair, and her name is Shannon Anderson, and she's also got a crippling disease, and she wants to contribute $5 out of her own money to give to multiple sclerosis or any other disease, muscular dystrophy, anything that'll help little children get out of wheelchairs like she is.
What is her name?
Shannon Anderson, and she's from Sun Valley, California.
How old is Shannon?
How old is Shannon? She's 8 years old.
Here's an 8-year-old girl with a crippling disease herself, and she's calling to contribute $5 for other kids who also have troubles. Now, it's interesting to me that an 8-year-old girl will be moved, who herself is a victim, and yet there can be thousands of people who sit and watch this thing for hours and resist that same kind of an impulse. Please get to the phone. Keep these phones ringing. This is the whole purpose of it. You know, there'll be entertainment. You'll have guys like Steve Allen playing. I'll sing, and Scatman Carruthers is going to sing, and we've got Mel Torme and a bunch of other people coming. But that's all just to keep you at the set for fear that maybe the human impulse that this young girl Shannon felt won't motivate you strongly enough until you hear about a few more people like her. Thank you, Shannon. There's a nurse, a registered nurse named Dorothy Rayburn, and boy, I don't know anybody, certainly not women, among women who work harder for the few dollars they earn than nurses. And Dorothy Rayburn is a registered nurse. She walked up and handed me this $5 bill, and she said, I want to contribute. That's happening here in the studio. Also, Josephine Marquez, I hope that's the right pronunciation, called her son, Jeff Salais, S-A-L-A-I-S, in Los Angeles here, gets a disability check. I didn't talk to her. I don't know if it's $15 a week or a month. But anyway, whichever it is, she just phoned in $10 for Jeff, $10 of his $15 disability check. That kind of stuff is happening. It's happening by the thousands right here in Los Angeles and within sound of our phones and station here. It's just so moving to me that the people who generally respond first are the people who in themselves in some way are in need or who could use some help themselves. I think there's a key principle there. You keep these phones going, by the way. I think there's a key principle because those who reach out to help others inevitably are helped and blessed themselves. And I think maybe more than anything else, this is the reason for the telethon. This is an opportunity for you to be blessed. The Bible says you'll be blessed in proportion to your gift. Now, you shouldn't give necessarily, say, well, I want something in return, but it just works that way. It just does. So God bless you, Shannon and Dorothy Rayburn and Jeff Salais and Josephine Marquez. And I tell you what, Scatman, where's Scatman? Get your little box. I hope Jerry is listening now because I understand Scatman did this a while ago. You wrote this for a movie?
No, at the time I wrote this tune, I was doing a picture with Jerry Lewis, my first picture with Jerry. And as a matter of fact, the first time I ever met him. And I got the idea of doing the filming of the picture, the Patsy.
Oh, you knew Jerry when he was sane.
He's a great man. Yeah, beautiful man.
I read you, Scatman. How are you?
Fine, Jerry, fine.
Try to cheer up.
Oh. Lou Brown says all I need is a little rhythm.
Well, listen, Jerry will give you rhythm lessons. You gonna play something for him?
I'd like to do this tune that I wrote especially for Jerry when I was doing the picture with it.
All right, I'll be your microphone stand. How about that? I'll just hold it, and I don't see any other convenient way to do it. Scatman, this is for you, Jerry.
Thank you, Pat.
If you are, could we move over here away from the phone because there's a little static.
That's right, the phones are ringing, and it is making some noise. That's good, too. You keep those phones ringing. Nobody has to listen to this but Jerry.
If you are in Hollywood and would like to make a movie, there's a man that you should know who's so kind and very groovy. That is why I sing this song. Self-experience can't be wrong. Once you work with him for a day, then you too will say, oh, it's Jerry, Lewis. Always merry, never dreary, one of the truest. You'll have a good time when you work with him. Never sad, you'll always grin. I'm telling you true, you'll always be blue. It's fun time the whole day through. Always Jerry, I'm telling you all. There's no measure, or really a pleasure, or you'll have a ball. So when you get on the set, just relax, have no regret. And your troubles, I'm sure that Jerry will make you forget. Yup. Yeah, Jerry, my man. Yeah.
You get that, Jerry?
I got it, Pat. I got it. Tell him he's in the next picture. It's okay.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. And my friends all over the country, please send them those pledges, because as Pat said, the Bible says, if you give abundantly, you will reap abundantly. If you give sparingly, you're going to reap sparingly. So give, right?
That's right. It's a great opportunity for the folks watching to be blessed. You know, before I move to my left, I just want to pay a real debt of gratitude and appreciation, and everybody in the studio, I'm sure will want to join me for our hostess all night long, that beautiful, fresh-faced, talented lady named Betty Cox. Betty Cox Johnson. All night. I watched her last night before I went to bed, and I got a good night's sleep. And she's been here all night, and as you can see, she's still talking, still smiling, and still doing everything she can humanly do to assist you in being blessed. Now, maybe I can put this mic down. I want to go talk to another beautiful young lady named Anissa Jones. And Jerry, I think, wants to talk to her. Just a second. I'll switch mics. Hello, Anissa. I hadn't ever met you before, had I? Let me shake your hand. Anissa Jones, and she's on the Family Affair. And I wonder if Jerry can hear her now, and because I understand Jerry Lewis himself wants to talk to you.
Hi, Anissa.
Let's turn up Jerry's sound, because we...
Hello, Anissa. How are you, dear?
Fine.
Well, you certainly look beautiful from here.
Thank you.
And we're delighted that you could be on the show with us.
Thank you.
Do you get to watch your show, Jerry, the Family Affair?
We get it. I get very little opportunity. I've seen it a couple of times. I'm usually working when it's on, but the family at home watches her, and they think she's adorable.
She's a fantastic actress. On the show, she plays a 6'4" football player.
I'll be a son of a gun.
No, that's her next role.
I see.
Did you notice she's lost a couple of teeth?
Somebody belted her, huh?
Brian Keith, I think. Hey, is Brian good to you in the program?
Yeah.
He looks like he'd be a great daddy.
Yeah.
You think he would?
He has a couple children himself.
Oh, so he's practicing on the side, huh?
Yeah, I suppose so.
That's good. Well, you have your own daddy, don't you?
Yeah.
Is he at all like Brian Keith?
Well.
Never thought about it?
No.
Is he a stern, strict daddy?
No.
Oh, that's good. Does he sort of talk soft like Brian?
Yeah, sort of.
What happens when you put your tooth under the pillow, or do you do that?
It usually gets lost.
Well, there's not much future in that, I guess. How old are you, Anissa?
11.
11. Have you been acting a long time?
5 years.
Since you were 6?
Yeah.
Do you get to go to school?
Yeah.
Is it at the studio or a regular school?
No, because we usually do all the shooting in summer.
Oh, I see. So you get to go to school regularly and you do the TV show in the summer. Oh, that's good. Do you enjoy it?
Yes.
Do you think you want to keep on doing it as you get older?
Well, I'm not sure.
I'm glad. I'm really glad. How old did you say you are, 11?
11.
I'm glad that an 11-year-old girl isn't already certain what she wants to do when she grows up. I think that's good, and especially if you're not really sure that you want to be an actress.
I don't know.
Don't you want to have your own little kid someday?
Yeah.
You want them to be healthy and well? Yeah. I see you have something in your hand. What is that?
Well, this is a contribution of $50 from my grandmother, Mrs. Sam Tweel.
Mrs. Sam?
Tweel.
Twill?
Tweel.
Tweel. Mrs. Sam Tweel, and she sent you along with a contribution for $50. Hey, that's great. Will you thank her for us? Let's give a little hand to Mrs. Sam Twill. And Mrs. Sam. Come on in, Steve.
Pat, you're talking here to this lovely little lady who deals in drama, imaginary stories. A real-life drama has just emerged here. Nothing earth-shaking, but we just got a call from a little boy. I don't know how old he is. He sounded like he was about 7 years old on the phone. His name is Paul Popkin, I'm pretty sure. He's with his aunt today. He and his sister are with his aunt at 7402 Vista in Hollywood, and they're going through the building collecting funds. And a lady upstairs, I think he said, gave him $1 and then suddenly grabbed it back and said, wait a minute, how do I know you're really doing this for the telethon? So he said, will you please tell her on the television that I'm doing it for the telethon? That's his delivery.
All right. Hey, this is the telethons. I know there have been a lot of them. Have you watched telethons before, Anissa?
One.
Only watched one before. Do you find them sort of interesting in a peculiar way?
Well, yeah, they have a lot of people on the show.
A lot of people and people trying to help other people, huh?
Yeah.
In ways that they're not forced to do. I don't know of any other country where telethons like this occur. I think this is a peculiarly American thing. It's a voluntary, spontaneous effort on the part of some people to help other people they may never see, may never know. And of course, they could go about their lives and not take any or have any concern at all. But they organize a telethon. Jerry Lewis goes in and practically kills himself, and not just Jerry, of course, but all the people working behind the scenes nearly kill themselves for people, with the possible exception of Jerry and a few there, who... Of course, Jerry was up all night, and not only just last night, but the night before, I happen to know. So he must be heading into about 48 hours at this point without sleep.
Once I went without sleep, and I barely could stand up.
Why, yeah, much less stand up and wiggle around and act like a nut like Jerry. But he's been doing this now for about 48 hours straight, and he doesn't have to. And none of the other people here have to do what they're doing. And you don't have to phone in and take part in the telethon. But it's a peculiarly, I think, American thing to want to help other people and to do it voluntarily and spontaneously. Now, I see that about 4 of the phones that are in our vision at this point are not busy. Those beautiful girls who are giving their time voluntarily are waiting to hear from you. I think maybe if we don't have something urgent about to happen, I'm going to sing a couple songs with Love Volume 8, and again, I'll move over to the microphone. Raindrops falling on my head, just like a guy whose feet are too big for a bed. Nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done, sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they send to greet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Hello, hello, raindrops falling on my head. But just like a guy whose feet are too big for the bed,
crying's not for me. No, I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me. Oh yes, I'm free. Nothing's worrying me. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let me hear a little Love, Volume 8. Broken-hearted people living in this world agree there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they may see there will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, folks, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. La 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 la. Sing it with me now. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, the games people play now, every night and every day now. They're never meaning what they say now, they're never saying what they mean, and they while away the hours in their ivory towers until they're covered up with flowers in the back of a black limousine. La 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 la. La 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 la. I'm talking about you and me and the games people play. People walking up to you, singing glory hallelujah, and they're trying to talk it to you in the name of the Lord. They're going to teach you how to meditate, read your horoscope and teach your faith. Ain't it time that we sat down with hate? Come on, get on board, keep on ringing now. Oh la 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 la, la 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 la. Talking about you and me and the games people play. Yeah. $102,791.
Yeah! Thank you, Pat. We'll be back. We'll be back in Los Angeles with Pat Boone and some other surprises and some marvelous people.